In this presentation, we're going to take a look at the new features introduced in Dream Report 4.6 R4, or version 464. While this release is a service pack for 4.6, there are several new features, product enhancements, and new communication drivers in addition to the SCRs addressed. Since it is a service pack, no new Dream Report license is needed. It will use the existing Dream Report 4.6 R3 license. So let's take a look at these new features and enhancements in more detail and understand the benefits of these enhancements. Dream Report currently enables static images to be embedded in a report. In this release, we've enhanced this feature to allow for dynamic images. In addition to embedding a static image, for instance a company logo, an image can be referenced by file name. If the image file is changed, the latest copy of that image will be included at report generation time. Image file names can also be dynamically referenced based on an item value or a value range. For instance, if the value state is a 0, show a valve closed image, and if a 1, show a valve open. The third way to include an image in a report is to reference an image stored in a SQL database, that is, a SQL blob object, through the use of a SQL query. Here we see the dynamic image display option in Dream Report Studio, and how images can be conditionally displayed. And finally, we see an image object being selected out of a SQL table. The new Group By option in the Dream Report SQL table object allows the report developer to display tabular SQL data in a pivot table-like format. Data can then be organized into data subsets of groups or blocks, and be aggregated at the subgroup level in addition to aggregates over the entire table. This is especially beneficial when looking at large amounts of production data, for example from an MES database, where you want the data to be better organized for visual impact on the report, with totals or aggregates calculated at the group and subgroup level. Here we see the Group By feature being implemented to organize the resulting data by batch ID and then by specific tank data within each batch. Data is summarized at both the tank level and then at the batch level. The new FTP transfer engine allows Dream Report to periodically download log files from remote devices or locations, where the log files are accessible through an FTP server. Once the files have been downloaded, they can be used either as native data sources for reports or optionally logged to the Dream Report SQL database. For instance, in this FTP transfer configuration, once configured, Dream Report will automate the transfer of the files without any manual intervention or an external application being needed to facilitate the log file downloads. This data can be automatically stored to a centralized SQL database and then reported on. The configuration for this is simply a fill-in-the-blanks type form, and Dream Report automates the rest. Raw SQL queries can be used in most Dream Report objects by connecting to the specific database through an ODBC connection, using the appropriate external ODBC driver. In Dream Report 4.64, SQL data sources can be configured to use an OLE-DB connection as well. The OLE-DB connection is often called a native connection, as no external data connection needs to first be configured. The benefit to this is that the database connection details are fully contained within the Dream Report project. So, since no ODBC data source name needs to be configured externally in Windows, a Dream Report project can be transferred from one machine to another without the need for any additional external configuration for the project to work. The other significant benefit to using OLE-DB is that while many proprietary historians do not include ODBC drivers to access their data, they do provide OLE-DB support. Here we see the option in the Dream Report DSN or Data Source Name Manager to select either ODBC or OLE-DB for the data connection. Note that Dream Report builds the connection string with all required parameters to the history data source. While not necessarily a reporting feature, the new power generator technology in this release allows for concurrent generation of reports at runtime. In the past, if several reports were triggered around the same time, the reports were queued serially and then executed one after the other, possibly resulting in a delayed output in larger or very active reporting applications. With Power Generator, up to 50 reports can be generated simultaneously, with 5 being the default. The benefits of this feature are clear. Much faster report generation and response times in projects with either a large number of reports, which are scheduled at the same time, or in environments where there are many active users generating reports. Here we see the parallel reports generation setting in the Dream Report runtime engine configuration. The Dream Report web portal has undergone significant upgrades with regards to both aesthetics and performance. We've modernized the look and feel of the portal with a clean and logical layout and provided a set of 17 portal themes to choose from, which provide different color combinations and contrast variations. Both portal updates and report pages are loaded faster now, and combined with the new concurrent report generation engine, the Dream Report web portal is seriously faster. Finally, we've also provided the option at the report level to set the refresh rate for data on a web report and the period at which to auto-generate or refresh a complete report. This is especially useful, for example, where a specific KPI report is displayed on a large plant monitor or in an unmanned kiosk, and you want that report to refresh periodically without having other web reports updated at the same time. Added to the list of Dream Report web elements is a new tree object. This web object is used for selecting tag items from a historical data driver with a hierarchical or group-based tag structure. The tree object is used in conjunction with the existing combo box object, allowing a web user to click through a tag folder structure and see associated tags in the combo box to be selected and used on the web report. The benefit of this is much faster tag browsing and selection and support for historians with hierarchical tag structures. Here we see the tree object configuration in Dream Report Studio, where you specify the data source for the tag browsing and the associated combo box object for the tags. In this example, we place the tree object next to the tag list combo box in Studio, and when we open the report in Dream Report web portal, we see, for instance, how the tags are automatically listed in the combo box based on the folder selection. Several of the Dream Report web elements or objects have been enhanced with new options for report generation in the web portal. The same unified configuration interface can be used to pass dynamic parameters into reports and select report instances and targets such as emails, printers, etc. This is especially useful when building a custom reporting interface with multiple user selections, various report outputs, or building drill-down reports. In addition to the many ways that reports can be generated in Dream Report, the Dream Report Web API allows reports to be generated from a URL request. By dynamically building a URL string, you can call a report to be generated, pass in parameters like time periods, batch IDs, or any other parameters configured within the report. Additionally, we can also specify output format and even a destination like a printer or email recipients. The benefit of this is very tight integration with external applications such as HMIs, other web portals, and custom applications, allowing Dream Report to act as the reporting engine for those applications. As with every new release of Dream Report, we continue to add to the list of communication drivers and enhance existing drivers. This release is no exception. We have 4 brand new drivers for Wonderware's high-speed historian-based alarm logs, for Mitsubishi PLC Ethernet driver for CC-linked networks, a driver for Rockwell Software's legacy RSView32 log files, and a batch monitor driver for Yokogawa recorders. We've also enhanced several drivers with expanded data retrieval, sampling and aggregation modes, advanced tag browsing, and much more. So as we've seen from this presentation, Dream Report 464 is more than just a service pack addressing patches or hotfixes. It adds many new useful product features, communication drivers, and performance enhancements to the world's leading reporting solution for industry and process automation. Thank you for your time, and please visit dreamreport.net or contact your local automation distributor for more information on Dream Report.